Summer racing continues, and it's a showdown at the Spa. It's a 6-horse field, but maybe a 2-horse race when Midnight Bisou and Elate face off in the Grade 1 Personal Ensign. Start at the rail, Midnight Bisou, and she's 0 for 2 at Saratoga, 10 for 16 lifetime, but she gets Mike Smith back in the saddle, and he has rode her to victories this year. 5 for 5, she's undefeated, and she is a master at the 1.16 distance. The big question in the Personal Ensign is, can she go 9 furlongs against Top Flight Company? And there's nothing in her record that says that she can't go 9 furlongs. I think the great record at 8.5 furlongs maybe is just some good trips, good distances, some weaker spots. She's in form. Nothing really this handicapper can't find anything wrong with Midnight Bisou. She makes her move every time. She's gotten good trips and she's won. She's won with slow paces like she did in the Apple Blossom and the Molly Pitcher. She's won with fast paces like she got in the Ogden Phipps when she ran down Come Dancing. And she's faced small fields and won. She's faced bigger fields and won. She gets another small field in this race. I guess Midnight Bisou, I think there's nothing wrong with her. I think she probably deserves to be the favorite. She's 5 for 5 this year, continues to work well. I guess just Mike Smith has to ask the question at the right time and see if she can win in this race. Now, Coach Rocks, she ran good against Midnight Bisou the last time. She's got a little bit of a back class. She won the Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Oaks last year. 0 for 2 at Saratoga. She's ran some good races. She ran okay in the Delaware Oaks last year, lost by 13 lengths, but Red Ruby just dominated that race. And then she won by 5 at Churchill Downs to get ready for her matchup against Midnight Bisou. I could see her improving a little bit, and if anybody's going to upset the apple cart, Coach Rocks is probably the only horse that can do that. Meanwhile, She's a Julie, nice record, lost a Golden Award the last time, lost to Elate 2 back. Not really in the Grade 1 top tier class like possibly Midnight Bisou and Elate, but She's a Julie, definitely an outsider in this spot. I could see her come back and run well in a race like the Spinster Stakes later on this fall. Now, Elate got back on the winning track last couple of races. I like the fact they went down in class, then they stretched her out at 10 furlongs the last time out. Actually ran a fast race that day, a 104 Brisnet speed figure, and that was her highest this year and second highest of her lifetime, especially at this distance. She ran a 107 at 1.1 miles in the Personal Ensign last year. That was as a 4-year-old. Now she's a 5-year-old. Her lifetime record at the Spa is a win in 2 seconds. And Elate, I think she's going to be favored. The East Coast really always overplays this horse. They always overhype her. She was 3 to 5, 2 to 5 the last time out, 4 to 5 the race before. She was favored. Most of the betting against Midnight Bisou in the Apple Blossom. She lost to Midnight Bisou in the Apple Blossom and the Azuri Stakes. Can she turn the tables? Yes. Is she gonna? I guess we'll find out on Saturday. I'm not picking her. I'm going with Midnight Bisou in this rematch. I just think she has more tactical speed and more kind of that sprint breakaway speed, and I think the fractions are going to be slow in this race, but Elate is a nice horse. It'd be nice to see her maybe take on the boys in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Wildcat ran second to Golden Award the last time. Closed late against Monami Girl in the Breeders' Cup Distaff. Her second race of the year. I can see her improving a little bit. She definitely improved last year in the Belle Dame off the layoff and really kind of peaked in that race. So maybe this is really the spot she's pointing for. I think Coach Rocks and Wildcat are really the two horses that can beat one of the top 2 favorites. Golden Award rounds out the field. Bill Mott sends out this horse, and we'll have to see what she can do. She's in good form right now, but really not a Grade 1 top-level horse. This is an interesting race. For Midnight Bisou, can she win at 9 furlongs? Can she win at Saratoga? For Elate, she has lost to Midnight Bisou twice. It's not a rivalry until she beats her, so we'll see if she can beat her in this race, especially at 9 furlongs. They're both in top form, both working well. I think maybe just who gets the better trip, or maybe if the fractions are slow, who can kind of get that sprint getaway first, get the first move on the other horse. Wildcat, I do think, is going to run a better race and kind of peak in this spot. And Coach Rocks, I think she would appreciate faster fractions. I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Rocks to try to take the lead and slow down that pace, especially with Louis Saez in the saddle. He's one of the few jockeys at New York that will try to take advantage of a slow pace and kind of go for it And so we'll see if Coach Rock can maybe just get a pace advantage in this spot. Don't forget, we've got previews of the Forego and the Travers Stakes. Hit like if you like the videos. We need more subscribers, so tell everybody about the Derbyologist channel and follow me on Twitter. As we get closer to the Breeders' Cup, we're going to lead you up with more divisional previews and more race previews all the way through the Breeders' Cup as we're inside 80 days now. Should be a fascinating rendition of the Personal Ensign at the Spa.